Grilled chicken rice combo. It's time to barbecue again now that summer is here. Hello everyone, this is You Cook here. Welcome to my channel. Just like everyone else, today I am grilling my drumsticks. The only difference is that I'm going to debone my drumsticks and I only use the meat to grill, and I will save the bones to cook my other recipe later. Speaking of saving and making good use of what you have on hand, this is the recipe. The salad is perfect for the summer, hot summer. I'm also making my shredded pork in this video, so if you're interested, stay with me. Let's get to the recipe right now. First, I'm going to debone my chickens. I will save the bones for my soup recipe. It can be tomorrow or next week. Put the bones in the refrigerator or freezer if you're not using it right away. And I will use the meat to grill. I'm using my very sharp scissor to debone my chickens. I'm more comfortable using a scissor. Some people are more comfortable with using a knife. It's really up to you. If you want to remove the skin, again, it's up to you, but in this recipe, I'm leaving the skin on to grill. I'm also using about 20 to 25 drumsticks in this recipe. Most people use chicken thigh, breast, or even drumstick to barbecue. For me, I think it's a waste to leave the bones in there. Let's go ahead and marinate my meat. 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, 1 teaspoon of ginger, and then half a teaspoon of cumin. Then add a 1/8 teaspoon of turmeric for coloring, and then 1 teaspoon of paprika. Add 1.5 teaspoon of salt and 1.5 teaspoon of sugar as well. Add 1 teaspoon of cooking oil and give it a good mix. And oops, I realized that I left one drumstick that has not been deboned, but that's okay. I'm going to debone it now. My secret ingredient for this recipe is to add 2 teaspoons of roasted rice. I made my own roasted rice at home. You can also buy it at the market as well. We're almost done. Now add 2 teaspoons of black pepper and then give it a good mix so the meat can absorb all the ingredients, and leave it in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes before you grill. Today I have a helper. My son is helping me to prepare the grill and grill my chickens while I'm preparing for my shredded pork and salad. Preparing Vietnamese shredded pork is quite simple. It's just a matter of preference. If you would like to have the skin on it, I prefer not to have the skin. So I am using 2 pounds of pork. I picked the less fat portion of the pork, which is pork shoulder or pork loin, and cook for a good 45 minutes to make sure the meat is completely cooked. This is not a blanching process. I want to make sure my pork is completely cooked for this process. Once the meat is done, I'm going to let it cool down completely to room temperature before I cut them into long strips. Notice my meat is very nice and clean and white. It's because I added a teaspoon of vinegar during the boiling process, and that's how your meat turns out. This is a process where you require a very sharp knife to cut it very thin and long strips. To qualify for the name Vietnamese shredded pork or bì, I'm going to add in a 1/4 cup of roasted rice and 1 teaspoon of powdered garlic. Without these 2 ingredients, we cannot call it Vietnamese shredded pork. I also made my own roasted rice at home. I'm gonna show you here. The one on the left is the one I picked it up from the market. The one on the right is the one I roasted. The texture is almost the same, except I didn't roast it brown enough, so that's why it has a lighter color. How you roast your rice is just add it into a skillet and just roast it without oil until it's lightly brown or golden brown, and then you use a coffee grinder and grind it into a fine powder just like that. Back to my shredded pork. I'm gonna go ahead and add in 2 teaspoons of Maggi seasoning and half a teaspoon of sugar to finish my shredded pork. Before I move on to prepare my salad, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Salad is even more simple to prepare. I'm using 2 avocados, 1 tray of mixed green, 1 cucumber, 1 chopped tomato, and then I prepare my dressing by adding a tablespoon of aged balsamic vinegar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of honey, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, and finally 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And then you're going to mix everything up, and there you have a beautiful summer salad to go with your rice plate. Simple and delicious, and it goes really well with my grilled chicken and shredded pork. I hope you can give it a try. One more ingredient that will wrap this whole recipe together, and it's a must that we have it. That is scallion oil. Chop 4 to 5 stems of scallion into small pieces. Add in about a 1/4 cup of cooking oil, put in the microwave for 2 minutes, and there you have your scallion oil. Delicious. Now pour the scallion oil over the shredded pork and grilled chicken. This dish is slightly different than a Vietnamese dish called cơm tấm bì thịt nướng. Grilled pork with shredded pork and broken rice that you will find at a Vietnamese restaurant. For this recipe, my grilled chicken is salty enough, and so is my shredded pork, so there's no need to add fish sauce for this recipe. This is a perfect recipe for hot summer or for any type of occasion such as Mother's Day, Father's Day, which is coming up, or July 4th. And I hope you enjoy my recipe so far. If you like this recipe, please give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for your time, and please enjoy my grilled chicken rice combo. Until then, take care. Cơm gà nướng bì xin mời quý vị, cô chú cũng như các em thưởng thức. Xin chào.